Okay, hi guys, good morning. I just had some technical difficulties and some background noise and a phone call. So good morning, this is Mike, a sport coordinator at Seneca College in the Athletic and Recreation Department. This is BWAL Live, so thanks for joining. Hopefully everyone had a good long weekend and enjoyed some of the nice weather we had. So I'm going to be going over some foam rolling tips or even just a basic general introduction to foam rolling. What is it? Is it beneficial? When to use it? Is it really worth it? Stuff like that. Our recreation pages also had the foam rolling post this morning, so if you go to the Seneca, York, King, and Newnham pages, you'll see some tips on foam rolling introduction. So I'm just going to kind of show you a little bit and elaborate on that post. Okay. So foam rolling, you've probably seen it before. Maybe you've tried it a little bit, experimented at your local gym, at least when we had access to them, or perhaps you even have some type of foam roller at home for yourself to use. Basically, it's something that you can incorporate to your workout routine on top of your already existing cardiovascular, strength training, and stretching flexibility that you would already be doing to maintain your health. And it's just an addition, it's not a substitution, so some people have the impression that maybe it is an alternative to stretching, which most certainly isn't. Stretching is for helping with the balance of your body, flexibility, range of motion, and just kind of general health and with your posture. So foam rolling is also goes by the long term of self-myofascial release, which is another fancy way of saying kind of a self-massage. So it's just something you can incorporate to your warm-up after you've done a little bit of dynamic stretching and some active loosening, or maybe a 5-minute walk or bike. And then you would do some foam rolling, which would help loosen up the muscles in addition to your warm-up. Also, it does help with a little bit of soreness you might have, maybe some knots that you have in the tissue and the muscle that have been bothering you that might give you some relief from that. Physiotherapists, chiropractors, and massage therapists, athletic therapists might even recommend that you get a foam roller to do before the game or before your run, which can help improve performance during your activity. Okay, so that's kind of the summary of foam rolling. There are many different types of foam rollers you can get. This one that I have here is my personal foam roller. This is one of the longer ones. They come in different textures, different densities and weights, materials. This one is fairly basic but very effective, and I prefer this. This would be known as a low density foam roller, or soft. So if you look here, you can see it's just kind of like a foam, literally a foam roller, very light. There are some that are quite heavy, or they have some kind of bumps to it, more of a texture that will be a little bit more advanced or a bit more unpleasant to the touch when you're applying it. This one is a little bit kinder to the body when you're using it, and does the trick for me, which is just basic kind of loosening up before a workout and post-workout for recovery. So again, this is by no means a substitution for any kind of flexibility training and stretching, which you should just keep, and this is just in addition to maybe help with recovery. Okay? So basically, like I said, there are many different kinds of foam rollers. You can get them anywhere from $15, $20 upwards to $50, $60, depending on the brand name, the density of the foam, the material, and the size. So this one here is roughly $15, $20. This is a low density foam run. Okay. If you don't have a foam roller at home, and you wouldn't really want to spend the money unless you knew that it was something that was for you, there are some things around the house that you can use that would be just as effective. You can use a lacrosse ball or a tennis ball, or really any kind of ball that has some density to it. So this is a lacrosse ball. So it's definitely does wonders for some of the smaller, intricate places, as opposed to the larger muscle groups. So if you really want to get into the hip or the calves, or even the rotator cuff right into the back, the shoulder, the neck, The ball kind of does the trick, even the foot, on the bottom of the foot, you can do that as well. So if you have a ball, you can use that. A water bottle or some form of beverage container. This is kind of like a thermos water bottle, and it's made of stainless steel, so it's nice and sturdy, so you can apply a bit of weight to it. So again, if you don't have a foam roller, any kind of drinking beverage that's sturdy enough will work perfectly for, let's say, your calves and Achilles. If you want to roll out your calves, this actually works great. Or even a plastic water bottle that you can freeze would work as well. Okay, and let me just make sure here. Perfect. If you don't have that, I'm sure some of you might have one of these, which is an empty wine bottle. Again, works great for the lower extremities. Okay, and lastly, a yoga mat rolled up nice and tight would work just as effectively as the foam roller if you just have something to tie it together so it doesn't unravel. Okay, so I'm just going to show you a couple different techniques using my foam roller. So again, you can kind of hit any part of the body, but I like to do lower body, and before I do a walk or a run or a lower body workout, it just helps loosen up a bit more. So what I'm going to do is lie down, kind of in a plank position, and you're kind of putting some of your weight on there, and you're kind of pressing down a bit, and you're not rolling fast like this. You're kind of just pressing down and slowly rolling. Find one little spot within a few inches and just kind of stay there. Okay, so you don't want to go over the tissue really fast. It's not like this. You're putting the weight into it to really massage the tissue. Okay, another great one, again, is your calves. Nice and tight before a run, so you want to kind of lift your body up, pressing the weight down with your foot on top, and just slowly working on that Achilles and the calves. And again, you're not rolling fast and you're not grazing the surface, you're getting down in deep. Just like so, pick one spot on your leg, and that's kind of what you want to do. You can kind of change the angle and adjust accordingly as you're going throughout. Okay, so that's kind of the basis of it. So just want to kind of go over that with you. Again, post-workout, pre-workout, you can do any kind of rolling after your dynamic stretching, active loosening, stuff like that. Okay, so give that a try. Find something around the house you can use if you don't have a foam roller. Check out our post on our recreation pages for some more tips. And that was just a little bit of an introduction to what foam rolling is. Okay guys, so thanks for joining me. We have 11 a.m. muscle conditioning with Marilyn, 12:15 yoga flow on IGTV with Melissa, 1 o'clock dance hall class with Sala, and then we have our salsa at 3 p.m. So thanks for joining. Pick up a foam roller and give it a try. Be well guys, take care.